couple of weeks ago, there was a stabbing of 3 young girls that we covered on episode 10 of The Ark. And we saw a situation where there are a lot of white UK Welshmen and women that were obviously, this was the last straw. And that was it. They weren't happy. They weren't happy with the fact that their country, they don't feel like they have a voice. They've just had an election and only not even 60% of the country participated in that. They feel like their country is slipping away from them. We can all feel that to an extent. They took to the streets because they felt that, look, we're running out of speech. Some idiots were violent. Some idiots tried to light, fires in migrant buildings. And now you never let a crisis go to waste. What's happened is Keir Starmer, the new Prime Minister, he's got a Labour massive majority, and he's clamped down hard on this. I mean, Ben, what were your thoughts on this when you saw this?
Well, this is a message to Starmer. If he just looks at my shirt there.
Thought criminal.
Come and try and arrest me, and he'll just find out about my favourite Australian pastime, famous Australian heroes like Ned Kelly, and he'll just find out about that, because what this is just a individual and a government that has become basically communist. They are trying to execute communist policies that are something the Soviet Union used to dream about, to create control of the citizens from a digital point of view, censoring people. Because what the internet does, and I touched on this last time I was on the show, is the internet has freed the minds of the people. The internet has allowed the individual to actually go and get real information and people to share real information freely and openly. No one can stop that. No government. The whole way it was designed, DARPA created the internet. That's United States military research. They created the internet to be a system that is always up. It's always available. Anyone can join the net, and it's not centralized in any one location, any one node. So because it's not centralized in one location, it can never be taken out, it can never be censored, it can never be controlled. That's the whole idea of it. So then you have technically illiterate people in the government, like the UK government, thinking, we'll just censor the internet. We'll just censor, and the Labor government here are the same. We'll just censor the internet. That's the solution. You were never going to be able to. The whole way it was designed was to prevent censorship and to allow freedom of exchange of information.
Yeah, I don't think they like it's slipping through their hands. And one of the policies they came about, I made a video about them last week, was from the ages of 5, there's a policy in the UK government they put forward. From the age of 5, they want to teach kids in school what misinformation and disinformation is. And so that they can identify it like little Hitler Youth people. Like, you can't question net zero. I mean, Julian, you got kids. I mean, do you need help parenting them? Are you an idiot that doesn't need, what I mean?
In fact, I've had multiple conversations with my wife about whether or not we should be just considering homeschooling. And it's not affordable for most people to do that. But, you could pool resources with other families that are like-minded and do it that way. So, from my point of view, you can't, to Ben's point, you can't censor the internet. And, probably they were getting away with it way too much before, fortunately Elon bought X, and now it's just terrorizing them. They can't control a narrative, because previously they could slap labels, they could scale content that they didn't like or agree with. And, we're starting to see these narratives burst wide open. It wouldn't matter if it's, Joe Biden and how fit and proper he is to run effectively the world. This is the same. They're sort of threatening to put people in jail and actually are arresting people over content. We saw the same thing happen over COVID, where, pregnant mums were getting arrested over Facebook posts. It's just one step way too far.
Natalie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there have been